Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Piland. Thank you for joining us. I want to take a moment to talk to you about a woman that had lost her job over a $200 tip at IHOP. You see, the customer admitted that he or she made a mistake, and because of that, IHOP refunded that customer $198 because that customer admitted that he or she meant to leave a $2 tip. The company told her she had 7 days to return the money. She refused, and within good reason, because 1 week of notice is not enough. You have to give them at least a 3-month notice to actually return it, because if you was to give them a week notice, it wouldn't work. They fired her, and soon after that, she called the TV station in question, and they did a report on it. They had a sit-down meeting with her after the fact, after she had to call the TV station. And the good news came sooner than I even expected. She got her job back. Now I want to make a suggestion on behalf of people out there like her and the customers themselves. You see, sometimes tipping has its downsides, whether it's credit card tipping or cash tipping. You see, sometimes the credit card tipping has a downside because it could be altered at any time. What if you left, say, a $5 tip and you were charged more than you were supposed to? The one suggestion I want to make is keep a receipt on you. That way, if there's a problem and you already know how much you tipped, you can write down the amount you tipped and what it would equal up to. That way, if you found out you've been overcharged, all you have to do is let the company know about it. I learned that lesson the hard way because one time I ate at Carino's Italian Grill, which is no longer in business, and I was charged $30 more than the food was worth. I left a cash tip too, but it wasn't enough. It was only after that I realized one of the employees apparently didn't know what they were doing. Unfortunately, they couldn't refund it to me because I didn't have any proof, but they did learn a lesson not to do it again. But I also learned to keep a receipt with me at all times. That way, if I find out that I've been overcharged, I can let the bank know about it and have it disputed. I was working at Subway at the time that the incident happened. Now, what I also want to suggest is, as an employee in a company, if you notice that the tip is higher than usual, I want you to ask them, are you sure you want to tip this amount? In a positive way. In other words, ask them, are you sure you want to tip this amount? Specifically say the amount, like, are you sure you want to tip $200 for this order? And if they say yes, go ahead and do it. If they say no, you can help them out and say, hey, let's correct this immediately. Let's get this over with. This is in an effort to prevent employees from going through what she went through. And it also helps the company to know that they didn't get ripped off or anything like that. Because we don't need any unnecessary disciplining action over something that the employees themselves have nothing to do with. You know, we don't need that. Because it's usually not their fault that they received this amount, and then to find out after the fact that they weren't supposed to have it. I mean, people who work for tips generally have a responsibility with the cash in hand. You don't know who gets what, but everybody works as a team, and when everyone works as a team, everyone gets something. You know, that's just the way it is in this world. Everyone has to do a great job as a team. If one person screws it up, it's not fair to everyone, usually. It messes things up for everyone, But if that one person screws it up, you have to get rid of the bad person and hope that the good ones that are still there will continue to work as a team. That's usually how it works in every situation. Now, some of you may be noticing why I haven't shared any news clips for the past few episodes, and I want to explain why. Technology has changed over the years. And with the companies that own the TV stations out there, they have a restriction that if someone downloads their content, they get fired. And I feel that it isn't fair that what's not supposed to be considered copyright infringement is copyright infringement after the fact. Because they want to keep it to themselves, and that's not how it works. Because how are viewers supposed to be able to look back at what happened if they didn't post it on YouTube originally and then somebody else does, and then they have a problem with it later on? You know? So we're getting rid of the news clips feature on the Kevin Piland show during the episodes, but in return, you'll still see some news links rather, on the Kevin Piland show's Facebook page, and you'll still be able to watch the news clips from there. And while I may not always talk about every single story that I've seen, at least you'll get to watch them on my Kevin Piland show Facebook page. And as always, on Twitter, you can follow me with my Twitter handle @PilandKevin. Now, I'll also put it down in the description below so you'll get a better understanding so that nobody gets confused. Now, I think that's going to do it for the Kevin Piland show, and I'll try to post more episodes more often.